3 forest campsites and 3 beach campsites. We're reviewing the best places to pitch a tent in East Sai Kung right here on Drone and Phone. Welcome to another of our camping reviews. Where are we now, Jack, and what are we doing today?
Yeah, we're in Sai Kung area. Today we're going to go around the High Island Reservoir to visit 6 camping sites.
Yeah, in this area they're very, very tightly packed. Lots and lots of campsites, lots to visit. Time to get going. There are 41 official campsites in Hong Kong maintained by the Agricultural, Fisheries and Conservation Department, or AFCD as it is more commonly known. All have toilets and access to water, but vary greatly in facilities, access and size. To save you from turning up to an officially marked campsite only to be disappointed, we have visited them all and we share with you our take on each one over 8 episodes. We start this episode with a bus to Sai Kung, followed by a taxi to the Yuen Fan viewing point next to the High Island Reservoir, where we set off on foot to the Ke Wan campsite. It's a short but fairly easy hike along a well-established path. Well, this one is very quiet and for good reason. The biggest problem that I've got is that the surface here is incredibly rocky. There is a few pitches, probably around 10 pitches where you can put your tent, but none are that clear. This is probably the best one that we've chosen. Let's go through some of the facilities. We've got benches and tables, barbecue pits. There are some nice ones around here. There's a toilet, it's about 80 meters away, but no water. It's seasonal water. There's a stream running through, but it's dry at the moment, so you'd have to bring all of your water. And the good news is it's only about 1.5 kilometers from the road. So in terms of getting a quiet place that's not too far from the road, no hills to climb either, this is probably one of your best bets, but on my radar, I don't think I'm going to be coming here. Just a short walk back in the direction we came, we follow the signs to the Fang Wan campsite, where we find a substantial upgrade to the first one in our review today. Well, if you've got to choose between this one and the other campsite that's about 1 kilometre up in that direction, this is definitely the one to go for. We've got 4 terraces and each have their own sort of private spaces, which is very nice. We've got grass, nice to camp on. We don't have the tables and chairs, but we do have barbecue pits in all of them, and a dry toilet, as pretty well all the rural ones are. And then we've got some water on the way down. It's a little bit far away from the road. We're only going to be walking about 800 meters, but I've got to say this is certainly more challenging than the last one. You have to go down to get here. Now, one of the problems that we don't have here is the view. If we can just get a little peek through here, you can see we are almost on the water. Fantastic view out there, but we can't really see it from the campsite. Returning to the point we left the road, we pick up another taxi that takes us to the Pak Lap campsite. This is close to the Man Yi Road that contours the reservoir, rather than at Pak Lap Bay Beach, which is the more popular place to camp in the area. Well, as we get further into Sai Kung, so the campsites start to get better. We're in a nice pitch here on a terrace, and there's more terraces going up, but we're quite a long way away from the others. They're all quite hidden and they're good numbers. It's a good size campsite. But look at this, we've got the views starting to open up at last, looking over the geopark. Look at that fantastic, absolutely beautiful views from here, which we're just getting through, though this is the only pitch. This is definitely the best pitch that we found that has the views. Now we've got benches and a barbecue site. There's a toilet about 80 meters away on the road, and the road is very close to this site, so easy to drive in if you wanted to do that. But of course, you're going to have to use a taxi because we're inside the Sai Kung Park. There used to be a toilet right here, but it seems to have disappeared. We're not sure if we can find any, but for water, that's the only downside. You're going to have to bring your own water if you're doing it in winter. There is a there is a water source, seasonal water source. There's a little bit of water there, but we probably wouldn't touch it, to be frank. So bring your own water if you're coming here. Other than that, this is a super site.
From here, we hike over the High Island East Dam and leave the road along the Macklehose Trail Section 2 and up and over to Ke Wan Beach. This hike has stunning views, but is quite tough if you're carrying heavy loads, so definitely a campsite for the light packers.
Well, this is another level of camping altogether. We have a white sand beach, absolutely stunning view out there with beautiful blue water. Behind us we have some forest where you can camp. You're going to get a bit of shelter from the wind and rain if it comes. Only one toilet, which is just over here, quite a small little portaloo, doesn't look particularly nice, and a stream down there for your water. Now, there's no running water, there's no real sort of toilet infrastructure here, but I mean, look at the thing. Now, to get here, you're going to have to walk up and over. It's about 1.5 kilometers. It's quite a long descent, so you're going to have to go back up there, but it's not too bad getting from the road if you go to the dam. Overall, though, I would say this is a top spot for camping in Sai Kung.
To get over to the next campsite, we continue along the Macklehose Trail with a 314 metre climb up Sai Wan Shan. Although this is the shortest route for us, for those just heading to Sai Wan with a lot of camping gear, we would suggest a taxi or minibus to the Sai Wan Pavilion and make the 45-minute reasonably flat hike in from there. It also has a concrete path, which means you can pull a bag on wheels. You can also get a speedboat in from Sai Kung if the sea conditions allow.
I think you're going to find in all of these beach campsites, it's pretty well the same. You've got some beach, you've got a little bit of forest behind if you want some shelter, and then straight out, pretty well camp anywhere along this beach. There's plenty of space. There's a river down there if you want to get some water. The toilets behind are not working right now, but there are toilets in Sai Wan village, which is about maybe 10 minutes away to get to, and the water there, of course. And there are restaurants there as well if you want to get some food or some supplies if you need that. Now, other than that, well, it's about a 45-minute walk from the Sai Wan Pavilion if you're coming in by road, if you decide just to walk here. And look at this, it's just spectacular, as are all the beach camps along this part of Sai Kung.
For the last campsite, we cross the Shungluk stream and head off around the rugged coastline to the Ham Tin Beach.
Well, this is the last of the 3 beach camps in Sai Kung and probably the most spectacular. We've got Sharp Peak behind me, and if I just pull you around, we have this wide expanse of beach, and all of this you can camp on quite legally. So this is the campsite basically. There are no other facilities other than a bathroom that's there. That's being renovated at the moment, but it's got quite nice bathrooms. If you do want to walk here, you've got a choice. You either go over the hill, which is about 6 kilometers, or you go straight back the way you came through Sai Kung, which is about 4 kilometers to Sai Wan Pavilion. There are no buses there. You can get taxis in, and if you're lucky, you're going to get a taxi out. For water, well, we've got a shop and some a small restaurant there, so everything that you need you can buy, but we did find water in the bathroom as well that was working. So pretty well everything here. In terms of the beach camps, I would say this is my pick.
While Jack has decided to head back to the city, I'm setting up my tent for a night in one of my favourite spots in Hong Kong. With a guaranteed sea view, a restaurant on the other side of a rickety bridge and a good bathroom, camping does not get much better in my view.
Well, that's it for this episode. I'm just going to run over and find Jack here. It's been, well, a very different type of camping, particularly with the 3 beach camps. How's it been for you?
Yeah, it's just amazing. This Han Tin Beach is my favorite. I used to camp with my son every year here. It's a must-be.
And I will be sleeping here tonight. Now, if you are finding this for the first time, you're going to find all of our other campsites and lots more content on our website at adrenalphone.com. Also on our YouTube channel. For now, my name's DJ.
I'm Jack.
This is
Drone and
Flow.